Hello there and welcome from Wembley, where from 48 teams we're down to the final 2 for the Johnstone's Paint Trophy. We've got an intriguing contest as League One's bottom club Chesterfield take on the League Two leaders Swindon. But as we know on these occasions, the form book counts for very little. Today it's all about who turns up when it really matters and who can deliver on the biggest of stages. And for both sides, this is the final stop after quite a journey. This competition has been a godsend for the fans of Chesterfield. They've seen their team struggle to come to terms with life in League One, but the Johnstone's Paint Trophy has been good to the Spireites. They knocked out League One opposition every step of the way, including the Northern Area final, when a Jack Lester goal eventually settled a tense two-legged tie against Oldham Athletic. After an indifferent start to the season, Swindon Town's fans must need to pinch themselves when they consider how well things have gone under Paolo Di Canio. As it stands, Swindon are 4 points clear at the top of League Two, with games in hand, and on course for an instant return to League One. In this competition, the Robins knocked out Exeter of League One before seeing off AFC Wimbledon, Southend and Barnet. Alan Connell's goal getting them over the line against Laurie Sanchez's side. An occasion to savour then for Chesterfield and Swindon. Your commentary team here at Wembley, Mark Bright and Guy Mowbray.
The first day of British summertime, and it's Wembley final weather. And a final that's not just the big day out for the bottom two divisions, as it's sometimes seen. It matters. There's a trophy to be won, and both Chesterfield and Swindon Town are looking to win it for the very first time. Chesterfield's side, for their first ever visit to the new Wembley Stadium, is too different to the team that lost against Huddersfield in League One on Tuesday, with Simon Ford in for the cup-side Neil Trotman, and Craig Westcar making way for 36-year-old Jack Lester, whose late goal at Oldham in January got the Spireites here today. Swindon give a debut to Jay McEverley, signed on loan from Barnsley only on Thursday. He takes over from Alessandro Cibocchi at left back, the only change to the team that beat Torquay in the week, their 13th win in their last 15 league games. Paolo Di Canio never got to Wembley as a player, not in a competitive game anyway. Played as a guest in a charity match in 2008. John Sheridan got the only goal of the 1991 League Cup final here. Sheffield Wednesday 1, Manchester United 0. It's not often that the side from the higher division is viewed as the underdog in the Johnstone's Paint Trophy final. And that's how many see it today. With Chesterfield rock bottom of League One. Swindon, in effect, only one league place below them, flying high at the top of League Two and set fair for promotion. Mark Bright's enjoying the sunshine and the action alongside me. Mark, I think that's about right, isn't it? On form, Swindon are the team to beat.
I don't think there's any question about it. Riding high, League Two. Swapped places this time last year with Chesterfield. It's identical, isn't it?
Chesterfield having plenty of possession in the Swindon half early on. They try to get Drew Talbot forward whenever they can. And Jack Lester using all his experience at the sharp end for the Spireites. Simon Ferry finds Jay McEverley. What a place to make your debut for your new team.
Just thinking that. You know, how's that done down in the changing room? The players who've got you to the final. Someone signs on loan in midweek and starts. I mean, it's great for him, but it's a shame, obviously, for whoever misses out.
Kind of gave Paolo Di Canio a way out of that, in that Alessandro Cibocchi did complain of a knock to his foot in the game against Torquay on Tuesday. He might have wished he'd kept his mouth shut now. He's on the bench today. Here's Alan Connell, looking for and finding Matt Ritchie, League Two's Player of the Year. Lee Holmes, another who's only recently joined Swindon on loan, and he wasn't far away. I think Tommy Lee in the Chesterfield goal knew where it was going.
Good play from Holmes, just coming in onto the left foot, just swinging it over, trying to get into that far post area.
Lee Holmes is on loan from Southampton, just his third Swindon game, second time round. And a spell with the club as a teenager, on loan from Derby a few seasons back. Forward. Here's Bowery. Lester's in the box. Alex Mendy there as well, and it's well held by Wes Foderingham.
Good movement, excellent cross, I have to say. And Jack Lester, watching just in the middle of the screen, moves in front of his defender, just nods it down.
Matt Ritchie. You can feel the buzz whenever he gets on the ball for the Robins. Ritchie plays it through for Simon Ferry, lovely running. That's Connell. There were a few groans from Swindon fans who felt that Ferry could have taken that on himself.
Excellent movement. Really was, from back to front, passing the ball into space. And let's see, he just needs to drive into the 18-yard box. You can see at the top of the screen there. It's an easy pass, it was Holmes who was free.
Swindon already in patches, showing the form that has taken them to the top of League Two. And how. Off to a slow start under their charismatic Italian boss.
Well,
my goodness, they haven't looked back since the autumn.
Exactly, they're coming good. They'll come good, exactly at the right time. They've got games in hand at the top of the league. All looking good.
Nathan Smith. Ritchie went in with it. Good header from Musa. Now Leicester, can he poke it on? He can, and the flag has stayed down for Jordan Bowery. Just forced a little wide, and then forced off the ball, but it will be a Chesterfield corner.
Wow, staggering. Jordan Bowery, I thought was a yard offside when this ball's played. Absolutely. Assistant doesn't see it. It's a good touch, and then that's a really poor touch.
Lucky to get the corner.
He was.
Just bundled behind off Joe De Vera. Corner taken by Musa. Allett. Back into the mix. Flag stayed down again. What a chance this is. Now it's gone up and it hits the crossbar. It won't count. It won't count.
Well, I'm not sure he gets that right. Assistant on the far side, I'm not sure if he gets that right. It takes such a long time to put his flag up. I mean, they're told to take their time, but when this ball's played in here, I don't think so.
I think you're right, Mark.
I don't think it is. I don't understand why he's put it up. Is it a foul?
De Vera. Here's Benson. Connell won't get onto it. It's sliced high up into the air though. And Benson's able to get it again and get a shot almost on target. Just under the top.
Well, that's a guy who knows where the net is, no question about that. I think we can just take a look at the offside decision. Now, just look at the line coming out as this ball's flicked in there. I would not say that was offside. I really wouldn't say that was offside at all. Now, why hasn't the flag gone up now? It hasn't gone up. It hasn't gone up. I really think that's a poor decision.
Will that rally Chesterfield and rattle Swindon?
Well, I'm sure that's
rattled John Sheridan.
Well, I'm sure it has, because you know they'll have a look at that. They'll know by half time as well. People will tell them it's been on the replay. They don't think it's offside. It feels injustice.
By the way, does he know it's British summertime? He must be absolutely roasting.
I mean, there's a price for style, Paolo. Come on.
Connor. Holmes. Versus Hurst. He's got it across. And it's turned behind for the Swindon corner by Josh Thompson.
Yes.
Holmes just dummies the quick one. Players in blue are more ready for it than his red-shirted teammates. There is the short one. It has caught Chesterfield out, and it needed Drew Talbot to fling himself at it.
John Sheridan's in the technical area, you can see him, and he's just pointed to the team there. You know, what you've got to do is concentrate and focus. You have a man to mark. There's somebody who's designated for the short corner. You react to it quickly.
Rissa's on the move. It's over him. Back in towards Tommy Lee's top corner, though. Deborah got up highest.
He did. He's under a little bit of pressure. He really didn't get the direction he wanted, but it's a decent header. John Sheridan, yeah, Northerner, see? Mank lad.
I think Paolo's struggling a little bit with the scarf. He's thinking superstitions maybe should take a back seat now.
I think so.
Oh, he's in the 70s at pitch side. He's got the woolly hat ready.
That's definitely a superstitious thing, definitely.
He's his own man, Paolo, isn't he?
Look at in the background, there's some beach balls as well.
It's that sort of day. Deborah's header to Ritchie. In goes Mendy. Wins it well. And then fancies a go. Oh, what a rocket. Alex Mendy with a ripper, but he couldn't find the top corner of the goal.
Ritchie just gets caught in possession, then he falls. Now it opens up. Is there a 1-2-1 with Jack Lester? He doesn't need him, does he? I think I like that. Just outside the 18-yard box, get your head down. It's a very, very good strike.
Talent. Cormac sees that Fotheringham's well out of his area and has to leave him to it. Had no choice.
Wow.
Thompson doesn't quite know where it is. Now he does. Here's Benson. Now it's Ferry. What a chance for Holmes here. Can't get through, can he? Lee, has he saved it? He has just. He didn't know he had, not completely.
Well, described as one of the best keepers in this league. Tommy Lee does ever so well. Does well just to stand up, and Lee's got a good angle. He's struck. Oh, what a great
Makes
save.
it an even better one, doesn't it? Jack Lester's feeling the effects already. Paolo Di Canio's feeling the effects all right.
He will not give in to the heat, will he? He's sticking with that jacket.
And Alan McCormack is getting some detailed instructions. They're being delivered in heated form. There you go. Nice touch from Paolo Di Canio to invite Roger Reeves, the Swindon assistant kit man. And on the right, Curly Withers, the Swindon T-boy.
Excellent.
Invited to sit with the staff for their big day out at Wembley.
Well done to him as well, because they're an important part to the club, to the team. You know, the lads enjoy the banter with the boys. It's a nice touch. A shame for him, shame for Chesterfield as well.
You don't shake them off as quickly when you're 36.
No.
It is a real shame, because there won't be too many games left in those legs now. And he was hoping this was going to be his last chance to get on the score sheet at Wembley. You never know, he might still be climbing those steps to lift the trophy at the end of the day.
Yeah. Well, listen, it just happens, doesn't it? Has he got 600 games? Last chance probably to lift a trophy at Wembley. You can just see in his face how disappointed he is.
Knocked on by Westcott. Here's Ferry. Again looking to pick the pass, and he's played that pass so many times beautifully. Holmes. Benson gets it across. What a chance!
Goodness.
Connell's put it well wide.
I think that might have come through the sun, you know. Good play from Paul Benson, just cushioning that back into the danger area. This ball from left to right has been played so well many times from Ferry. That's a good cross, good cushion header. Take your time. Probably has more time than he thinks, you know. Just a nice cushion touch, and then you can strike it.
Well, he used to pop those in acrobatically in his sleep. Well, Jack Lester's thoughts on it all are clear to see. Devastated. Connell, Ferry, now Holmes. Hurst having to watch that ball out of the sun over his shoulder. Brilliantly done.
Well done.
Half-time at Wembley. We haven't seen a goal in the first half, but now it's time for tea. And Swindon's T-boy, Curly Withers, leads the applause before doing his bit for the team. At the break, it is Chesterfield 0, Swindon Town 0. Well, at the start of the second half there, as they were exactly 6 years ago today, that was the last time that Swindon and Chesterfield faced each other. It's a League One meeting. Around about 8 minutes from now, Swindon took the lead through Jamie Curitan. They won by 2-0. Curitan got them both. And by what we've seen in the first half, I think, Mark, we'd still make them slight favourites.
Yeah, no question about that. The team on the up, playing with confidence. Just wonder what John Sheridan's done at half-time. Nothing looks like it's changed tactically. Maybe he wants them to keep the ball a little bit better. pitch. This represents a good period for them, 5 or 6 passes.
There's Westcar helping it on to Jordan Bowery. He's going to have to take it by himself. Blocked by the legs of Foderingham. Here's Mendy. Good Chesterfield spell to start the second half. Mendy across the face. It's turned in. It's an own goal. And Chesterfield have the lead. Oliver Risser has put the ball into his own net.
Good possession. They've moved the ball around the pitch and down deep into Swindon's territory. I mean, this is good link-up play. This is a really good attempted goal as well. Nice strike, keeps it low. The ball stays active in the 18-yard box, but this is a fantastic touch here from Mendy. Good little shimmy, and then as this ball comes in here, the defence have got good positions. What can you do? He has to do something to try and stop that ball going across the 6-yard box, and unfortunately, it's in the back of the net from Rizza.
Well, that's just what the game needed. Goodness me, it's what Chesterfield wanted. Great work from Alex Mendy. And it's the Namibian player, Oliver Risser, who can't do anything but score an own goal. Connor. Ritchie. Benson in the centre, Connell's joined him. Can't get the ball in field to Ferry, but instead it's Deborah around the outside. And then he makes a mess of it.
I mean, Deborah did all the hard work there. I was just about cutting that ball back.
Here's Talbot. Not got a lot wrong through Talbot, with or without the ball. And now it's Hurst. Same goes for him. Musa.
Oh, this is something they never did in the first half. Fullbacks further forward, the pitch is stretched. Good ball.
What a ball through. Westcar pulled it across goal. It had the Chesterfield fans doing an ahhing.
Well, they're pulling Swindon apart at the moment. They're looking like their team from the higher division. Excellent ball, lovely little touch.
Roar of expectation from Swindon's fans as they try to get forward. Here's Holmes. And the slip hasn't deterred him. Still got the crossover.
Good defending.
Ritchie is going to have a go. And Tommy Lee knew where that was going the moment it left his boot. I think Matt Ritchie did too.
The ball's sitting nicely for him. He's got the ability to do it.
Westcar. Talbot. Like stayed down as Jordan Barry takes it up. Barry's been really busy since half-time. Flipped in by Musa. Fodringham's come a long way, didn't really get there. It's Mendy and it's over.
Unlucky. Good play, better play, a lot better play from Chesterfield now. This is a good little ball. Fodringham doesn't really get much distance on the punch. And this is on. If he gets it right. That's the teasing ball. Say, do you know what? That could have been a foul as well.
Lee Holmes got past Hurst. It's brilliantly let through by Connell. Knew exactly what he was doing. Benson was waiting, but the Chesterfield defenders were there.
Well, as that ball comes in, you can either just try and flick it with the outside of your right foot, or you can dummy it. And sometimes you dummy it, the defender's a little flat-footed. You never know, it might hit him and go in.
And it comes from Holmes. They're claiming another corner.
No, it's a goal kick.
Not getting one.
It's a goal kick. Dever, isn't it? Bostock.
John Bostock. Another about to make his Swindon debut, having only joined the club on Thursday, on loan from Spurs. Jonathan Smith is going off, so again it's a tricky, creative, attacking player on for one of the solid midfield citizens. Got to do it, Swindon. Got to have a go. John Bostock, who's only just completed a loan spell at Sheffield Wednesday recently.
Well, former Palace Academy player, just hasn't really, I mean, he's 20 years old and he's got 6-7 clubs or something like that. He's got
Palace
ability.
team, 15. Oh, mistake by McCormack. It's Westcar through for Chesterfield, but he's put it wide. That could be massive. That might have won the trophy for the Spireites. But Westcar has given up the gift.
I think all starts. This here is a gift. Take your time, draw the keeper, go to the left, slot it in. But that there, McCormack, is an absolutely crucial mistake.
He will look back on this and kick himself.
What's the referee give here? Devra, is something wrong?
He's got a problem.
He's got
He's
nosebleed.
been unwell. Is it? Oh, a blow now. Was that an accidental collision? I think Craig Westcar's apology has been accepted, certainly by the referee, if not Joe Devra.
I have to say, I didn't see it.
Was there anything sinister? Oh no! Oh dear me! Dear me, he's got to go.
Well, I've got to say, I totally missed that. Totally missed it. Wow.
Joe Devra got it.
I'm shocked.
Craig Westcar, centre of attention
Wow.
for all the wrong reasons right now.
You know what? Just the frustrations of missing the chance. There's always a coming together. There's always contact between centre backs and centre forwards.
Well, it was the first thing initially when he put his hand up, but then the
Didn't
swing
see it.
with the arm.
Didn't see it.
Here's Holmes. Now, Murray back to Holmes, who tried to pass it into the goal. Easy for Lee.
The best of Swindon in the second half. Lee Holmes playing a nice 1-2, and then it's a tame shot.
Benson, who scored at Wembley 2 years ago.
Oh,
For Dagenham and Redbridge. That's Richard. Thompson's header. Benson's not had a chance to score today, not yet anyway. That's a good ball in, headed away by Hurst. Talbot goes into Chiboki, who's just been into the ball.
I think that's the wrong decision, unless the referees give a free kick. Has it? Yeah, it's on the deck, it's a free kick. I thought he would give it for the throw-in.
And Devera's up. This might be the chance that Paul Benson's been waiting for. Lee Holmes to put it in there. Headed towards goal, and what a save that is from Tommy Lee! Chiboki so close to levelling matters. That is spectacular from Lee.
Wow, great save. I mean, I think it's going over, but Lee doesn't know that.
Well, a corner has been given to Swindon, and it's Holmes who puts it in. Allett it was who headed away. And that's going to go behind.
Well, the way that Lee reacted, he looked at the assistant and he ran over as if to say, you know, I didn't touch it, it wasn't a corner. But from where we are, it does look like he just got a touch to it.
I think everybody in the ground thought that he had. And you know, goalkeepers, if he got a touch, he'd have claimed it.
Just one of those opportunities where the crowd know, lift the team, try and inspire them to get one more chance. Frustration.
Chesterfield hold on for 1-0 from here. He'll tell everybody he saved it later. Here's Mendy drifting past two. Bowden. Westcar comes in to have a go. It's broken to Connell. What can Swindon do? Whatever they do, they'll have to do it quickly. Murray. Managed to get it into Benson.
And ball.
And Benson, in trying to control it, just played it up onto his arm. Seconds to go until we enter added on time. Here's John Bostock. Alessandro Chiboki. Holmes is there for him.
Good play.
Here's Connell. Holmes. Out to Ritchie. In goes Nathan Smith, and that's tackle of the day. Ritchie's riding around. I thought Smith won it beautifully.
Well, I think it's an old-fashioned challenge. I just think he catches Smith in possession. He's gone through. He's taken the ball. And I think in the old days, it's known as just a tough challenge. And I don't think the referee has given anything except for a throw-in.
He's not.
Touch is a bit loose.
I think Paolo Di Canio is instructing his own player to get up.
Yeah, you haven't got the time.
Swindon Town with the long throw-in, with time running out for them. Nathan Smith is there to head away. One for Chesterfield by Mendy. And now it's McCormack versus Bowden, and Fodringham a long way from his area. Good header. Allett.
Oh, good play.
Beautifully swept out by Randall to Talbot. How long can he keep it?
I think he's
Hit forward by Hurst.
played on.
Bocky's header, Ritchie. He's back on the field for the last few minutes. Benson.
That's a foul.
Smith has to go back to Lee. Lee can't make any mistakes. That will do for Chesterfield. Oliver Rissa can only look glumly on. His own goal, as it stands, has settled the final. Fodringham. That's Thompson's header. Is that a high boot from Bowden? Play goes on, and Westcar is through. He's got his second one-on-one opportunity. This time, no mistake. Chesterfield have won the Johnstone's Paint Trophy.
Well, they had to throw everything at Chesterfield. They had to, Swindon. Just left themselves a little bit exposed at the back. And I can tell you, when you've missed one of these opportunities, when another one comes along, I think you're just a little nervous. But he keeps his composure. This is just hook clear. And then he just has a look around. He knows he's onside, knows where the defender is, composes himself. It's a lot better contact. It's a lot crisper, a lot more accurate. And it's the match winner.
John Sheridan, Tommy Wright, all the Chesterfield staff know that they've played their part in a famous day in the club's history. Not this time for Paolo Di Canio. He will hope he can lead Swindon to promotion to the Championship in League Two and have days in the sun once again. Here's Holmes. That'll be Mendes. That'll be out for a throw-in, and Swindon barely have time to get it back onto the field. Westcar booked for his celebrations. Swindon will point out that he should have had a red card earlier on.
Well, I'm sure that when Di Canio sees the replays and the rest of the team see what happened.
That's it. What's happened today is that Chesterfield have won the Johnstone's Paint Trophy. The team that is anchored to the bottom of League One have just got the ultimate boost in their bid to beat the drop down to the bottom division. They're taking a trophy back home to Derbyshire. Paolo Di Canio's dream of winning one for Swindon has been shattered today.
Well, he needs to go and lift his players, and look at him, it looks like he's sulking. You know, he's still got a big job on his hands to get out of the Division 2. They've done ever so well. Today wasn't their day. You know, and well done to Chesterfield.
Take me into the dressing room at half-time because you came out and you really went for it, and obviously it was a scrappy goal, but they all count.
Yeah, the gaffer told us, look, we need to get up. We were too deep, and we did that. And I thought Jordan was brilliant in the second half. He held the ball up, and yeah, scrappy goal. We got that, and then Westies finished one off at the end to seal it, which was nice.
The sense of relief when that ball hit the back of the net from you must have been immense, wasn't it? Because it was hanging on a knife edge.
It was last 5 minutes. We were chasing it a bit, and you know what I mean, any cross that they were putting in, you know what I mean, and takes deflection, it goes in. So it was great to get the second goal. It was great to take the pressure off the lads, to be honest.
What were you thinking on the bus on the way in? Because everybody was saying Swindon Town, Swindon Town, Swindon Town.
Yeah, we'll just leave them to it. That's what we've been doing all the way, you know, in each round. So we've showed a great team spirit, and you know, hopefully we'll take it into the league now.
Craig, I don't want to spoil your fun, but should you have been on the pitch, you and Joe De Vera, what exactly happened there? What did you do to him?
People keep saying that. At the end of the day, he's pulling my shirt and we're both pulling each other's shirt, really. So it was 50-50 at the end of the day, so it's one of them things, isn't it?
Go on, sum it up for us, because it's been a rotten season for you, Tommy.
Yeah, but I mean, look at the fans, they deserve this. Their away spot this season has been top draw, Clem, and they deserve a day out like this, and we've given it to them, so yeah, we're pleased.
It means everything to those Chesterfield supporters. 5 times champions of the bottom division, including 2 Division 3 North titles. They got to the FA Cup semi-finals famously in 1997 and felt that there was a ball that went over the line that should have seen them through to a Wembley final then. Anglo-Scottish Cup in 1981. That's pretty much the lot for Chesterfield in terms of cup competitions won until today.
Well, outnumbered in the stadium with the fans, you know, outplayed for long parts of the game in terms of possession. But the only stat that counts, as we all know, at the end of the day, the 2 goals they scored.
And Jack Lester is all smiles now. The 36-year-old whose goal against Oldham in January got Chesterfield to Wembley. And now here he is as the captain of the Spireites, ready to lift the trophy that is already adorned with blue Chesterfield colours. What a boost this could be for Chesterfield in their bid to stay a League One team. They're the winners in 2012 of the Johnston Paints Trophy. It's Chesterfield FC.
John, when you've trodden the boards in the lower leagues like a lot of your players have, what a reward to come to Wembley to play in front of 50,000, and a reward for this lot behind you as well.
Well, you can't, I mean, obviously the old day, the weather brilliant, the crowd is excellent, and for us to win it, and obviously for the supports, like I say, gives them something and a little bit of hope. Hopefully can kick-start our season in the league now with 9 games remaining. I'm very proud as a manager to come and win a cup final at the new Wembley, so I'm really proud of the players, and obviously really pleased for the supporters. They haven't had a lot to shout about this season, so it's important now we take this and hopefully it'll help us out in our remaining games in the league.
You can see today's Swindon are a good side as well, and I think, I hope they get promoted. And they've had a day today where they haven't won, but if they can become champions, it's a fantastic time for them, and credit for them to having a good game as well.
Even if I have won, it's obvious that I was more smiling if I won the game, but I was focused straight away the game that we have to play against Bristol Rovers at home Saturday, because it's the main game for us. If we win the local derby, it would be good for the fans, but for us, because we need 3 points for keep going, remain at the top and win this league, because that was our first target at the beginning of season. Obviously the cup always we thought should be a fantastic option if we had a chance to go forward. We did. We arrived in here at Wembley. It was a very good experience in terms of live the moment. Obviously at the end we are sad like all the teams that come here and lose the game, but I have to think positive. There is no need say a few words and blame my players, because the simple fact that the opponent got the cup in their hands is the worst image they should see. Every team should see when they lose. So I have to start working for next week.
Yeah, very well done to Chesterfield, to their team and to their fans. A fabulous day out here at Wembley Stadium. As you can see, I've been joined by Steve Claridge. Steve, I don't think many people outside of Chesterfield at the start of the day gave the side much hope of winning today, but they had a game plan and they stuck to it.
Very much so. I mean, although we talk about very little between them positionally, they play in a better league, they play in a higher league, so they are used to playing against good players, and I think that showed today.
As for Swindon, did they flatter to deceive somewhat?
I think probably people maybe expected a little bit too much and probably expected them to dominate the game, certainly possession-wise, more than they did. But no, there are periods in the play, particularly first half, where they look very good. But no, I mean, Chesterfield as a whole, they thoroughly deserve the win. Now,
not wanting to put a dampener as far as Chesterfield are concerned, but should Craig Westcott have been on the pitch long enough to score that second goal?
No, I mean, I've watched the incident a couple of times, and I don't think we can take that as an isolated incident, because a couple of times before that, Mr. Devereux has actually blocked his run 2 or 3 times. Now, I've been in that situation. I think he's just got a little bit frustrated. He's seen that it's going to happen again. He pushes him away. He actually might catch him. He pulls him, and then obviously there's a little bit of handbags. But There is certainly a case there to be answered for with regard to, has he laid a hand on him? Yes, he has. Is he fortunate? Yes, I suppose in a way, but there was provocation.
He then went on to certainly make amends by scoring the second and sealing goal for Chesterfield, didn't he?
He did, and it was a good goal. I mean, he got himself in that position just before that and got himself a little bit tied up and tucked up and put it wide. But this time he just set himself properly, opened himself up, and it was a cool finish.
I think it's fair to say, Steve, Chesterfield, they started the contest quite strongly, didn't they? Particularly for the first 15 minutes, and especially unlucky not to get a goal after just 9 minutes.
It was. I mean, it's a period in the game, as you said, where they had started the game very well. They were certainly on top. I think Jack Lester's stuck the ball in the back of the net, and Simon Ford given offside, which clearly he wasn't looking at the replays, so they would have considered themselves a little bit unlucky, certainly at that stage of the game.
I think Swindon's game plan in that first half was pretty clear. They're getting a lot of joy down the left through Lee Holmes, and it shows you the fine lines because at one point he almost forced an own goal, didn't he?
He did. Well, I mean, if you took the first 15-20 minutes of the game, all of a sudden then Swindon certainly came back into it, and for 25 minutes, half an hour, they were the side in the ascendancy, and that chance came in that period. And hey, it was a little bit of a deflection. I think they've managed to get the ball. And
Tommy Lee didn't know much about it.
They've managed to scramble the ball wide somehow, but he was certainly the best player first half. I think Chesterfield knew half time, we've got to stop this kiddie playing because he's causing us a few problems.
Yeah, like the first half. Chesterfield started the second half strongly.
They did, yeah.
This time, however, they had something to show for it.
That's the difference as well. And also, they've got, as you said, they've got something then to hang on to. They've got something that you just puts an extra yard in your play, and that's what they did. They started the second half well, but they continued that for the majority of the second half, and they didn't really allow Swindon back into this game.
So where does this leave Chesterfield? They can't dwell on this victory for too long, can they?
No.
Because there's a lot more serious concerns, I suppose, long-term concerns just around the corner.
Of course. I mean, what we're talking about, 7-8 points from safety. They've got a big game on Wednesday away at Sheffield United, which is a huge game. And one of those which, you come here, they've won a game of football, which is fantastic. And don't get me wrong, it's a brilliant occasion for everybody. But that's what it is. Ultimately, their goal and their brief has to be to stay in this division. So they've got bigger fish to fry from here to the end of the season.
As for Swindon, the situation is entirely different.
Exactly.
How much of a setback is this for them?
Well, it isn't, is it? I mean, as much as it's a tonic for Chesterfield, it isn't a setback because they're, on the other hand, they're looking to say, right, what we want to do, our season ultimately is, and our brief is to get out of this division, which you would imagine they would do.
Well, thanks for your company today, Steve. Before we go, a quick reminder, there's more on the Football League on the teams in your area with late kick-off back on Monday night at the slightly later time of 11:35 on BBC One. Well, many congratulations to Chesterfield. They win the Johnstone's Paint Trophy for the first time in their history. Could it be the cue for the great escape in their quest to survive in League One? But for now, from Wembley, goodbye.